It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and ends. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin's Wharf, Fenway Park, Omar Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom. Kelly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Well, I usually see an older dude next to me on my left, but you're the.
Oh, I'm Tom. You just didn't know. I just went female and red hair. That's all.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Where is Tom? Is Tom going to make it?
He had a doctor's appointment. I think he'll make it. He'll be here shortly, but I wanted to make sure that.
Yeah.
You know, we started on time.
You're the best.
So
I got this new Commonwealth v. Kearney v. and Commonwealth v. Karen Reed.
I actually have it. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Please. Good morning, chat. What's going on, people? Let's fucking go, right? No, I don't know if we're streaming Meredith's hearing. I don't know any. I mean, I was at a doctor's appointment. Tom had one as well. We're getting older, so I don't. Kelly, are you aware of anybody streaming the Meredith O'Neill uncle situation?
I don't know for sure. I know it was happening today.
All right, so we don't know. I think it's in Cambridge, I believe it is, but I don't know of anybody streaming it per se.
Not that I know of now.
All right. I don't know if you want to, if you come offline, maybe I don't. Is there a Zoom call? Maybe I don't even know what court it's in, but okay.
So here it is.
Yeah, right.
It's
so this is good.
Go ahead.
Good. You read.
Okay. Aidan Kearney's motion for a protective order regarding the sharing of cell phone data between Kearney prosecutor and Reed prosecutor. Says, now comes the defendant, Aidan Kearney, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby moves for protective order pursuant to Mass Criminal P. Rule 14 to supplement the court's March 21st order allowing limited disclosure of Mr. Kearney's cell phone data and prohibiting leaks to third parties. The defense herein seeks a protective order to provide him security, clarity, and mutual understanding of the court's order. An order would ensure that the integrity of the transfer and usage of the defendant's sensitive cell phone data between the outside prosecutor appointed in the instant case and the case of the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed case as grounds. Mr. Kearney states, on March 21st, the court entered in an order granting limited access to the Reed case prosecutors. The two defendants' cell phones accessed and searched by the police in the Kearney case. Says the court ordered ADA Cosgrove, the special assistant district attorney assigned to the Kearney case, to provide certain selected data to the Reed case prosecution from Kearney's phones. The court specifically restricted the Reed prosecutors to be provided evidence or data depicting evidence of intimidation of a witness and communication between Mr. Kearney and Reed, witness or family member of a witness, and that the disclosure must be made by Mr. Kearney's prosecutor. In other words, the court prohibits the Reed prosecutors from shopping for any information themselves by rummaging through Kearney's phones. Here, the defense is concerned that the history of the leaks, exposure, and sensitive information and materials to the third parties in the Reed case may continue in connection with the cell phone data disclosure. See attached affidavit of Aiden Kearney. In these circumstances, it is entirely appropriate for the court to enter a protective order prohibiting the Kearney and the Reed case prosecutors from sharing information with private individuals, which individuals are uniformly distractors and critics of Mr. Kearney. The private parties have in the past publicly claimed to have access to confidential investigation materials, and one is presently in criminal harassment order prohibiting further contact or harassment of Mr. Kearney. Based on her statements, it appears Norfolk County law enforcement is sharing private investigative materials related to Mr. Kearney's with this person, someone who has been found by the court to be engaged in patterns of harassment towards Mr. Kearney, such that required the issuance of the court prohibits such future actions. There is a reasonable cause to believe police and prosecutors are also sharing such information with other private bloggers. Protective orders should shield the litigations and third parties from unwarranted disclosures and, as a practical matter, to facilitate the discovery necessary for the trial. Commonwealth versus Fremont Investment and Loan, or whatever, 59 rule whatever. Mr. Kearney requests that the court grant a protective order restricting discovery of the documents to the Commonwealth attorneys and police and prohibiting dissemination outside this criminal proceeding at this time, particularly to an individual restrained by a mass court from harassing and contacting Mr. Kearney and other antagonistic private bloggers. An order will have no effect on the proper execution of the Commonwealth's investigative duty, and it seems impossible for the Commonwealth to conjure a good faith objective to such an order is proposed herein. Signed, Timothy Bradel and Mark Federow.
Wow. Okay. What's that footnote say? Right underneath the Mr. Bradel there. There's a footnote.
Oh, it
right?
says, Mr. Kearney notes with the extreme irony that such leaks and publications regarding the Commonwealth witnesses are considered felonious witness intimidation as charged and applied against Mr. Kearney, likely be the same very people or persons leaking the incident information with impunity.
Gotcha. All right.
So
yeah. So basically they want Mr. Bradel and Betterow want to limit anything.
Sounds to me like KP is the one they're talking about.
Oh, yes. It could be KP, it could be Grant, it could be Attic Boy. I don't know what's his name. Yeah.
Oh, so, Attic Boy, Yellow Cottage Tales, Plevin.
Yeah. Yellow, yeah, purple.
You mean the author of a book? Is it that's about the trials of a decade, but the second trial hasn't started?
I thought it was a comic book. Okay. Well, okay. So they don't want anything leaked. They want it under a protection order.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
And they feel they got to put it in motion to make it happen. They can't be trusted. Wow. Interesting.
Thank you. We just read the affidavit. I have it. If you want it, I can send it to you.
Dee Dee has, I have it. Yes. Do you have the affidavit? Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki was saying that she had it. I'm like, yeah, I already grabbed it from her. Because
it's just the one we just read that, right?
Yeah. The reason why is because this morning people were asking if the court was today. And I'm like, I haven't heard that the court was today. So I called the courthouse and asked, and they said it's tomorrow at 10.
Thursday at 10. Yeah, Thursday at 10 is the hearing for Aiden.
Well, today's Thursday. Right. It's be Friday at 10.
I'm sorry, Friday at 10. Sorry. Wow.
Unless you're in a different time zone or alternate universe. That's possible, right?
Totally. I live in fucking Canton. What are you talking about?
You live in the upside down. That's why.
You never reverse it for me, man. It's fucked up. This is the top of it is Commonwealth v. Kearney and Commonwealth v. Reed. It's so they don't want to share any information Yeah, they want to lock it
Somebody's
down.
leaking the information is pretty much
Yep.
what it sounds like.
And yeah, so Timothy Bradel do hereby certify that I have filed this document and served counsel for the Commonwealth, ADA Cosgrove, Hank Brennan. So they want Brennan and Cosgrove. Yeah, this could be a good thing. They don't want Brennan and Cosgrove getting together, going through his phone, trying to see if Brennan and Cosgrove could match a link somehow together against Karen and Aiden for witness intimidation. Right? Is that what I'm kind of thinking?
Yeah, the hearing tomorrow is from requested by Bradel and Vetero to basically have a protective order on any of the information he shares with the Commonwealth, so that they're not. My cat is going to drive me crazy. So they're not fishing for information, but also not leaking it to other people, because it seems third party people on X and other bloggers seem to have information about it already.
And it's coming from a leak inside probably the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, right? I would think, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, how else did they know about, or they knew? I mean, Plevin announced that the investigation was quote unquote over, which I don't believe. So they said it was over, and that how would he know on the night or Friday before and say that he was told, but the news didn't report it to the Monday after, and then the defense didn't even know until the day after that.
Yellow guy in the attic there leaked it like a day or two before that. A couple of things were done. You're right. So everybody uses their own press, so to speak. Like we have our leaks, we have our sources and stuff like that. They have theirs, but it's out of control. This is like you have to file because all the gloves are off now. Like if you don't have it in writing or documented, it's like it never happened. Okay, there's no more. Hey, my fellow brother, my brother and I already talked. We're not going to do anything. It's good faith. Yeah, the gloves have been off for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, always a ton of misinformation in this chat. Knock it off, people. Tom just texted me. He's actually pulling on the street right now, so he should be on shortly. But I mean, this is just kind of normal filings, I guess, to protect any information that would come out of his phone. That would be, let's say, he's working on another story right now, or he has sources within the state police. Just things like that. Like if I ever called them, if you ever called them, if we were texting back and forth, that has nothing to do with this case, then why would they use that? Why would they leak that out? If let's just say someone in the courthouse is Janelle Webb, for instance, that ran a plate one time. Information about what she has done in the past, things like that. I mean,
isn't that that they try to charge with a co-conspirator with Turtle Boy, and then they never indicted her or took her to court? They just had him charged with it. And I was laughing because I'm like, how can he be a co-conspirator with himself? Like, does he have multiple personalities?
I don't know. No. But no, yeah. So the Janelle Webb thing it was over a year for the running the plates. She's not indicted. She's fine. So
so they gave up their option, I guess.
They did, because you know why? All of a sudden, if they charge you for running a plate, then it becomes case law, and then any state, anybody in Canton, anybody who runs a plate illegally just because they want to see a hot looking girl, a hot looking guy, it could be a misdemeanor or whatever they want to do, a felony maybe, who knows? But I like it. I like the fact that she wasn't charged. I think, running the plate's not a bad thing for people. Shit, insurance companies do it. Car dealerships do it to find out registrations. Police do it. I can keep going and going and going. I mean, it's not hard to do. I mean, you can pay on a website to run a plate, basically. So it's right? I mean, if you really wanted to do it, PIs do it all the time. So
I mean, the police do it all the time. I remember I was 21. I was working at a bar here in Florida, ironically called O'Keefe's Irish Pub. And
wow.
I worked doubles every day. So I worked the lunch shift and the evening shift. When I came back from the evening shift, there was this cop that liked me in town, and my uncle listened to the scanner all the time. And
Oh shit. Yeah.
he heard my name come over the scanner on running a plate. He was running his plate to see where I lived. And he got in a lot of trouble for that because my uncle recorded it.
Right. He probably got a slap in the wrist not to do it again.
Oh,
You can't go out looking for hot chicks and shit like that. Yeah. I got you.
But that happens everywhere.
I think you're right. I mean, I know if there's a way to track it, if you drive, we have those plate scanners in Canton now. If you just drive by it, it runs it.
Right.
It automatically tells you if the plate's active, if the car needs a registration sticker, or there's a bolo on the car or whatever, which I feel is a good thing, because it can stop a lot of people from driving through a town that are illegally, they just robbed a bank, and you can't have a cop just sit there and punch numbers in a computer. Rather, this scanner will go through. But I've also seen them just drive through parking lots, say of a mall, and scan every single plate real slow and look for people, just out of random. No, I don't know if that's, a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. You ever see him drive really, what's up, man, RVA? You ever see him just drive real slow, and they're scanning every plate in say a residential parking lot, looking for people that might have a warrant for them or something like that.
Well,
To me,
apparently,
that
Christie said on X that they do it all the time at the courthouse in Norfolk.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So what's to stop them from driving through Stoughton District Court real quick, just scan everybody's plate, know who they are. But this computer system, I don't think it actually I don't think it has a cloud where it keeps it. I think you have that information where it tells you if something's going on with that person, what they are, what kind of car it is, how long they've had it, and their address. I don't know. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent, but
someone said to watch the first 5 minutes of Justice Served on YouTube. I have it up. Turtle Boy was on there last night.
Do you want to play it?
I can if you want me to.
Yeah, can we play it? Yeah, we can play it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me just share my screen and I'll get it up here for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy about this new girl coming on too.
Oh, that I'm excited about, honestly.
Yeah,
I am really excited about it.
Victoria.
And I just think it's funny because she was a juror now, and she didn't believe anything that they said. So
right, I love it.
So, well, thank you for joining. I know it's been crazy to say the least, and I think we ought to just jump right into this happened less than an hour ago, from what I can tell. Cosgrove, the DA, special prosecutor in your case, which is primarily witness intimidation cases, has asked the judge for an ASAP hearing to get into what? We're guessing things on your phone? What do you know?
I don't even know what it's about. I'm trying to talk to my lawyers about it. They just got news of it. I assume it's about getting the content, the stuff that the judge ordered for the Rule 17 over to, Hank Brennan. But like I said, there's literally nothing to hand over. The order is pretty strict. It says that they get access to any messages with Karen Reed concerning witness intimidation, basically messages I sent witnesses or things I discussed about whatever. No such messages exist. So there's quite literally nothing to hand over. And so, my concern is that Cosgrove needs to really follow. They need to follow this order to the letter of the law. And it's you don't get anything else, nothing else. If you have me and Karen talking about anything else that is not, which we didn't talk about the witnesses ever. Like
And who's
there's-
and who's deciding that? Who's going
Yeah.
through it? Is there?
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand this.
And there's no tank team.
We
I
never
just-
talked about that.
So it's like, who? That's what I mean. I don't trust these people. But they'll be honest. It's like you don't just get to hand over any messages with Karen Reed in my phone. There was a few text messages in there when we weren't on Signal, but you know, those messages are not. There's certainly nothing incriminating on them. But like I said, like you don't get to hand them over. Like if we're talking about the facts of the case, if we're talking about scoops I have, if we're talking about investigative journalism I've done or what I've uncovered in my journalism, which is all we talked about was just the case itself. You don't get to hand that over. I mean, these people think that her and I just sat around plotting witness intimidation. We literally never talked about the witnesses. I mean,
Who is going to discuss that? I mean, who in their right mind is going to say there? Maybe unless you're on Signal and you're right now with the administration. I'm just kidding.
Signal's getting a bad rap right now.
Signal getting a bad rap at this point. Yeah, but who discusses it? Oh, let me take my phone and let me discuss witness intimidation. You're
Yeah, I
a
know.
journalist. You're a journalist.
well,
you
they
broke
call-
the story.
you know them. They call everything witness intimidation. So that's the
course.
problem. Is like the class. If you discuss, I think they're definitely looking for like, are there any messages about the rolling rally? They're obsessed about the rolling rally. Like,
Yep.
and there's nothing in there about the rolling rally. I never discussed the rolling rally with her. I never. Cause why would I bother her with this? My only interest in Karen Reed was like finding, you know, like information out about the case that I'm covering.
You're
Like-
interested in her as the get. She's what we call in the business the get, right?
Yeah,
She's
the main character. You know, she's the subject of my reporting. And so that's my interest in her. I have no interest in telling her that I'm holding a protest this weekend. That was all me. Like she had nothing to do with any of that stuff. So, you know,
But I don't see anything wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that if you're telling her, well, you're holding a protest. So what?
yeah, even if
So
I did
what?
that, yeah, you know, even if
Well-
I had done that, it wouldn't matter. You know,
So
what I mean?
I mean, it's so scary figuring out who the gatekeeper is on this stuff because I don't, you know, from what I've seen, I don't trust anybody either. You physically have already turned over whatever phone they want to look at or not,
They took my phone when the police.
and so it's
Wow.
still in their custody. It has been.
Yeah,
forever.
Brian Walsh got his phones back. I didn't get my phone back. You know, they gave us a download of the phone that I can't even open because the file's too big, so I can't even go through it. You know, it's not compatible with the Mac, of course. But I am able to see my messages with Karen Reed on there, the text messages. The Signal ones, nothing comes up because Signal is encrypted and it auto deletes. And, you know, like that's the whole point of it. But, you know, often the messages are just like, go to Signal, you know, it's like, because, and they're like, well, why would you go to Signal if you're not doing anything wrong?
Yeah, bro.
Because it's the most American way to communicate. Like, why would you want Big Brother reading your messages? Like, we're doing that because we don't trust the government. We don't trust.
Right.
Like, it's really simple. Like, we
Yeah.
don't. And it turns out it was completely justified. Like, that was a really good idea.
That's the irony.
Because
Yep.
These are tyrants who, you know, are overstepping their boundaries and are using the law to, you know, declare warfare on journalists. Wow.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, can we try and
Tommy.
get that link up, Esty? Kelly,
What link?
I'm gonna send you something here.
Okay.
It's a Zoom link.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I don't think
Good. How are you, bud?
for the courthouse
What?
for Aiden's case because I called the courthouse and they said it's tomorrow at 10.
Okay, we'll be there tomorrow at 10. This one needs to come up now. If you can pull this one up, it's the one with Meredith in it. Her uncle. Can we get
Okay.
that up on TV here for these people?
Did
we
you
can
send
get-
it to me?
I took a picture of it and sent it to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Kelly.
No problem.
It's in our chat.
Okay.
How'd it go with the doctors, Tommy?
I'm alive.
You don't
For how
sound too happy.
longer, but we're there. Oh my god. How about you? You good? You living?
Yeah, dude, my blood pressure. Blood pressure. I didn't realize long-term high blood pressure has an effect on your kidneys.
Everything,
Yeah,
your whole
understand.
body.
Yeah, I'm figuring all that out now. Yeah, I've never had so many blood tests and urine tests in the last 6 months of my life that I ever have in my life. I just can't get over the fact.
160.
You know those squishy balloons, just squeeze and it just squishes out here, or you squeeze the top and it squishes out. It's
Yeah,
just squeezy
yeah.
ball thing there.
Yeah,
It's like a human body. It's all about pressure.
yeah. So
And
I
you
not
can
not
blow an
realizing.
artery. That's a quick out. You have an aneurysm, lights out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was running high for so many years. Like I didn't know like hypertension was a thing. I didn't realize it was.
Oh
And,
yeah.
it's a so people make magnesium. Yeah. So if you have high blood pressure for a long period of time, don't fuck around and find out. Please don't, because I am now, and I didn't realize it was a big deal because I was like invincible at the time. But hopefully, I'm one of those. I'm an adrenaline junkie, so that's how I live. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Big P. Yes,
Roseanne McDonald, thank you so much for the $4.99. Thank you very much.
that's where I just was, Meg P. I just saw my doctor. Yeah, he just gave me the whole breakdown about what's going on with my kidneys and stuff. So, but anyways, hey, Kelly joined in this morning. Time was fun. While
Yeah,
we were,
I see that.
going home.
And to stay, or custody of the two children was awarded to you, and the defendant was ordered to stay away from the two children and
All right,
stay
guys.
away
Everyone go
from
grab
the,
some coffee.
rules listed on
Get comfy. We're gonna watch this real quick. This is
E o réu também foi
Meredith-
mandado a ficar distante das
Meredith's
duas
uncle got
crianças
hit by someone that
da
has a
família
history
e da escola que as crianças
that stuff
frequentam.
happened. So
And the order requires
this-
the defendant to surrender any firearms
in
in his
Cambridge.
possession to the Arlington
Yes.
Police Department.
E também essa medida requer
such tragedy.
que o
Meredith
réu
in her life.
entregue qualquer arma de fogo para o Departamento de
All right,
Polícia
I'm going to
de
grab my coffee.
Arlington.
Hold on.
All right, yep, I'll go next.
That is my understanding, ma'am, about what the order says currently. Is that your understanding? Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
Isso é a minha compreensão do que diz essa medida. Essa é a sua compreensão também, senhora?
Yes, sim.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, Madam Interpreter, I'll leave it to you. If she answers in English, it's fine. Ma'am, you can answer me in English or Portuguese, whatever you prefer, but would you still prefer to have Madam Interpreter interpret regardless of what language you want to respond, which is totally fine? Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
A senhora pode responder em inglês ou em português, como a senhora preferir, não faz diferença. Mas você prefere continuar com o uso da intérprete de português?
Yes, eu prefiro que você traduza.
Yes, I prefer that you interpret for me.
Sure. And again, answer in English or Portuguese, whatever you prefer.
De novo, a senhora pode responder tanto em inglês quanto em português, como preferir.
So the issue that I am to decide today is whether this order is going to be extended or not. Are you asking the court to consider extending the order?
Então, a questão hoje que temos diante de nós é saber se o juiz vai fazer uma extensão dessa medida ou não. Você quer que essa ordem seja estendida?
Sim.
Yo, what happened? Nick Nack. I don't know what happened there. We just lost it for a second.
All right, what happened?
We just had it just went off. I don't know what happened. I think Kelly's probably working on it right now. Yeah, give her a second. Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I know. It sucked, man. That fucking
the
sucks.
poor girl. Really?
Yeah, it is Aiden's Meredith. It is.
Yes.
He fought for like a week. I think it was. He was hit, and then he eventually passed away days afterwards and stuff.
I'm gonna go to her ex real quick, okay?
All right.
She's been pretty good about that. There we go. Beautiful.
What I've been watching with this lady's a psycho.
Well, I got some evidence. You want to see something? You guys want to take a peek? You guys may not know about this, just so you know. I'm just saying, but let me show you guys who we're referring to. You guys, okay?
Yeah.
This is Meredith's Twitter. Let me read this first. There's no point in actively trying to quote unquote defeat your enemies. The trash takes itself out every single time.
Yep.
Boom. All right.
Here's this fucking psycho right here.
right here. Watch this stuff. Because many of you have asked. Here's the Zoom info for the. All right, so watch this.
Oh, I did get better training.
Damn, you're in Hoboken, New Jersey. Do you know where we are?
Yeah, I know where I am.
Where are you?
Hoboken.
That's because I just said it.
Yeah. So shut the fuck up.
Well, ma'am, stop.
If
Ma'am,
you
stop.
ever fucking pull me back again, I will fucking rock this
You're under
place.
arrest.
Oh, now I'm under arrest because you fucking. Are you kidding me? Because you. I did get better training.
Damn, you're in Hoboken, New Jersey. Do you know where we are?
Maybe
Get
we
me.
should. Maybe we shouldn't drink,
What the fuck?
dude. Just right. She $15,000 was her bail. That's it, and she didn't make it.
No, yeah. So it was set at 150,000. She only needed 10%. So 15 G's, yeah. But she's a fucking psycho.
Whoa! All right. All right. She was then arrested 3 more times for the same for drinking, for drunken disorderly, and assaulting police. There were 3 chances to revoke bail before this crash last week. 3 chances
Oh,
to get the psycho some help before she took her life, and they fell
Oh,
through. They didn't fall through the cracks. They opened the freaking door. That's the problem with this. That's the problem.
Are those all in Massachusetts or are they in New Jersey, Tom? Those 3.
Oh, I think it's when they put them all together. She's not. That's federal. I think it's just so much stuff.
No. Those 3 letters right there. Are they right there? Those warrants, those chances. Are they?
This is
So that's where are they from?
seal. Assault on a law
assault.
enforcement officer, 4th degree, active. There's the chapter and
what's
section.
Roseville Park Borough. So it's Connecticut? No, court. Okay. Where's this from? Where's this from?
Connecticut. Roselle
That's
Park,
court.
municipal
No,
court.
yeah. I don't know where the let's go
Let's go to the next one.
All right.
Wait a minute. That's it's a.
Can you scroll down a little bit? Or is that the whole thing?
That's it.
Active assault on a law enforcement officer, 4th degree. Jesus Christ, where's the goddamn town?
This is the second page for another one. So that's the second cop she got assaulted.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Hoboken City Municipal.
Right here.
Hoboken.
Right here. 131, 2025. Right there. End of this
Okay.
year. Yeah. Go ahead, Kelly.
I'm back. My StreamYard kicked me. I couldn't get back in. I had to go to another browser. So I'm going to start it on another up again for you.
Fine.
All right, go. Thanks.
Harassment,
Wow, Tom.
striking offense, right? Assault on another law enforcement officer. She got no problem swinging, man.
Holy shit. So Boston Channel 5? What a
Yeah, they
fucking
put yeah, they
yeah, they suck. All right, so
Want me to
Middlesex.
read this letter? Here we go. This is what happened. Poor guy. Oh, come on, zoom. Won't let me. All right. Middlesex District Attorney Marion Ryan and Cambridge Police Commissioner Christine Elo have confirmed an ongoing investigation into a fatal multi-vehicle crash that occurred at approximately 1:21 a.m. on Friday, March 21st, at the intersection of Massachusetts Ave and Vassar Street. The preliminary investigation suggests that an SUV operated by Lauren Mullins, 32, of Roselle Park, New Jersey, was traveling eastbound on Massachusetts Ave near the intersection of Vassar Street. The SUV struck a moped and subsequently struck an MIT police cruiser, both of which were traveling eastbound ahead of Mullins' SUV. Wow. The operator of the moped, Daniel O'Neill, a 73-year-old resident of Boston, was transported to Mass General where he later died. Mullins was arrested on scene by Cambridge police on charges of operating under the influence, liquor with serious bodily injury, and negligent operation of a motor vehicle. At her arraignment on Friday, Mullins' bail was set at $15,000. The defendant was ordered not to consume alcohol or drugs, not to drive, to remain in Massachusetts, and to submit to random drug and alcohol screens. The defendant's bail hearing, her bail was also revoked on a pending case out of the Boston Municipal Court following the death of the victim. The case has been advanced for a bail hearing, which is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, March 27th, 2025. And that is where we are today, people.
What a piece of shit.
We are here. And we are trying to get into the courtroom to watch her get arraigned, if it's possible.
We had it up, but Kelly said she had to switch browsers, so I think she's got it. Wow.
Yep.
Damn, man.
So if you guys, if you all can just take a moment out of your day and just say a prayer for Meredith.
Yeah.
So she's unexpected. Of course.
Goodness,
See, there you go. It's not murder. It's more of an assault, you know. An accident.
She's not being charged with murder, so yeah. So it's not vehicular homicide. Okay.
So
it should be.
Mike, I've been watching stuff lately.
Okay.
I want to go over the selectmen's meeting.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do this court thing.
Well, we're waiting for it, right?
Okay.
I mean, maybe I can pull it up. I don't know.
I think I have it. I think.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll see if I can get into it.
All right. Are you talking about like the drinking and stuff, all that shit?
No, the Zoom. I'm looking for the Zoom link.
For the selectmen?
No, I have that for Meredith's thing.
I thought you said you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and this Meredith thing first.
I don't have that. I don't have the Zoom link.
Okay.
No, I apologize. I thought we were talking about something else.
And then after this, I want to talk about the selectmen's meeting. I have that. I have the clips of the last meeting.
Oh, that was crazy.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Hold on. Where did it go? I don't know where it went.
You had your pictures. You sent it to somebody in a picture.
I did. Now I can't find it.
Okay. It was just in what I just saw it. It was just someone just had it. Fuck. Kelly has it. I know she does, obviously.
Okay, I'm just checking on something here. See if she's.
Yeah. As you can tell, we're
good. We're good.
We're getting there.
No, it's just. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipe. You know. I mean, Mike.
I know.
What's going to happen Friday? Think about what's going to get dumped Friday, right before trial.
They're gonna win. The Meredith posted it, Tom.
Where did she post it though? That's the thing.
In her thread, you just had it up, and I saw
on her X.
Yes, I saw it up there.
I'm
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, that's where I just saw it. You just had it up.
No, I have her stream. I don't have the link to the video. That's that link to the
okay.
Zoom.
When you just had when you had the video up, they had the Zoom number on there, I believe. Really for Meredith. He just said this. Hey,
this is Meredith, right?
Yeah. So and someone just sent it to you too, Tom.
Yeah, there you go.
Scroll down into Middlesex Attorney District Office right here.
Got it right there. That's the number, right?
Yep.
That's yeah.
Yep. Right click that mofo.
Won't give me my freaking.
And there's your contact number right below that sheet right there, 781. If that's the right one. They don't make things easy, huh?
Of course not.
All right, thanks for the $10. I'm in Washington. Me and my daughter were in a car, 5-car pile up. We were the first car in the was a vault. It was his 10th DUI and 6th accident.
Oh my word!
$5,000 each person and $100. What the fudge? Oh God. No, so Dirty Bev, there was no accident report filed at the 34 Fairview Lane. Nope. Nope. No accident report. How you guys doing? You making out all right? Do I still need to look?
Citizen, and she was my first girlfriend 20 something years ago, and I came to United States. She stayed there, and about 12 years ago, I went to Brazil to see her, and
Wrong
we
one.
got married.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Hold on, Madam Secretary. If whoever's saying, can you hear it? We can hear you. So if you're just stopping the hearing from happening, so just stay muted, please.
She wanted to.
Go ahead. You can continue.
Okay. So it took me 3 years to do all her paperwork so she could come over legally. So I was going back.
We were just live in court. I can't hear anything.
It let me back in. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Can you guys hear us?
I can hear you, yeah, but they can't hear us, right?
You're mute. Tommy's muted, but I don't know. Can
Right.
you guys hear us?
In the chat?
No, they cannot hear us.
Yeah, yeah, they can. You.
All
They
right,
can hear
let me
us.
try.
Okay, yep, yep. All right,
I'm gonna try to pull up the Zoom.
all right, girl. Kelly, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't hear the Zoom though. The
I'm good.
Bujillion.
She didn't work. I took care of everything, good or bad, but I did the best I could for.
Are we there?
And she found a couple of friends at work that are taking her out, and she doesn't care. She just goes all over the place, and she started lying and going to hotels.
To where?
Hotels. Hotel, yeah.
Hotel, ok. So, e ela não se importa, ela fez novos amigos e ela está sempre saindo com eles para todos os lugares. E também ela mente, porque ela começou a ir para hotéis.
Saying that she was at work.
Dizendo que estava no trabalho.
I'm sorry, I just can't hear. I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I cannot hear that, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir, continue.
Yes. So for the last year that she started working, she changed completely. And she's been lying. She's been going out without, and she doesn't care about the husband anymore. She cares about her friends. And I've been trying to fight for my family. I want to keep my marriage, my family. And she's just like ignoring me. She's just not answering my texts, don't answer my phone calls. So I'm just desperate because I want my family back. That's all I want. And the worst thing is, when a man.
Hold on.
Ano passado, ela passou a se comportar de uma forma completamente diferente, começou a mentir, sair sem se importar e também ela começou a não se importar mais com a família e com o seu marido. Ela não responde às minhas ligações, aos meus textos. Pode continuar.
Yeah. So, and the worst thing is, I'm sure you guys know a man that has a family. He'll die for them. He goes out to work. I'm a really hardworking guy. I work in construction, and I never wanted her to go to work or do anything because I want to be able to provide and give her like a queen type of life, but I couldn't.
Então, o que eu imagino que vocês saibam que para um homem a pior coisa, a coisa mais importante é ter uma família. E eu não quero que ela precise trabalhar, e ela saiu para trabalhar, mas eu quero que ela tenha uma vida de rainha.
Anything else, sir?
And then yes, text messages at night from friends and.
Madam Interpreter, you can.
Então, ela também recebe mensagens de texto à noite de amigos.
So now I'm going to answer why I said those things earlier that you asked, like.
E agora eu vou responder por que eu disse as coisas que eu disse antes.
Sir, what I'm attempting to do is determine if the legal standard for extending an order has been met. So all I really want you to address are the allegations, if any, that you haven't already addressed about the plaintiff claiming you threatened to kill her and any she was with, and that you've been violent to her in the past. That's what's relevant to the court.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting right now.
As long as
eu quero que você fale da parte relevante, que é importante para que eu possa estender ou não essa medida protetiva, que é se ela chega no ônus jurídico, e que o senhor, por favor, explique as alegações de que o senhor fez ameaças de morte e foi violento no passado.
Right. So these text messages that I saw on her watch, she was out, and then she came back home. she wouldn't allow me to look at her phone, and she deleted all the messages and all the other stuff that she was hiding.
Então,
again,
quando ela chegou com a mensagem de texto que ela recebeu no relógio, ela recebeu quando voltou para casa e ela deletou tudo e ela estava mentindo.
so yeah, that's what happened. I just wanted to solve and get my family back. That's all.
Thank
Eu
you.
só queria resolver e ter minha família de volta. É tudo.
Based upon my review of the affidavit and the testimony of the plaintiff that I credit, I am satisfied that there's a sufficient legal basis for the order to be extended. Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
Então, baseado na minha revisão da declaração do réu e da requerente e as informações que estão na declaração juramentada, eu acredito que existem razões jurídicas suficientes para fazer uma extensão dessa medida protetiva.
And ma'am, you're asking the court to consider extending the order on the same terms?
A senhora está pedindo que faça uma extensão nos mesmos termos?
Sim, por favor.
Yes, please.
I can extend the order for up to 1 year. How long are you asking for the order, ma'am?
Eu posso fazer uma extensão desta medida por 1 ano. Quanto tempo a senhora quer essa ordem estendida?
Eu não faço ideia, eu só queria dizer que ele deu a mão direita dizendo que ia falar a verdade e ele mentiu um monte sobre tudo. Mas isso, eu não vim para isso, eu vim somente falar o que aconteceu ontem à noite e o que tem acontecido nos últimos dias.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
let the interpreter interpret. Let me-
Okay.
I have no idea how long, but what I would like to say is that he raised his right hand, pledging to say the truth and only the truth, and he said a lot of lies. But I can only say about the things that happened yesterday.
All I'm asking you right now is how long you want me to consider extending the order. I'm extending the order. I can extend it up to 1 year. Are you asking for it to be
Então, senhora,
extended?
a única pergunta que eu fiz foi quanto tempo a senhora quer fazer a extensão da ordem, da medida?
Um ano.
Okay. Now, she said 1. The order requires the defendant to not abuse you, not contact you, stay 100 yards away from you. Now, Leanne, the interpreter, just froze. We're just waiting. The interpreter, we lost the interpreter.
I understand.
Madam Interpreter, I just chatted you. If you can't hear me, but you're frozen, I don't know if you can log out, then log back in.
Can you wait a few minutes just while we get her back on? Sir, can you wait a few minutes while we wait for the interpreter?
Sure.
All right, just have a seat and we'll recall it. Thank you.
Recalling 2452 SP 13 in the matter of State of Maine versus Laurel Casa Breen.
My apologies, Your Honor. I got disconnected.
Okay, Madam Chair, stand by. We're just going to do it. We're recalling a case. Did you have a chance to speak to the, I just saw her here. Did you have a chance to speak to the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, here's. Yes, I saw you through the window, thanks.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, no worries. Counsel.
Yes, we conferred about the subpoena and the discovery requested. Before I get to that, Your Honor, I plaintiff's position that there could be instances of fraudulent conveyance, and if it pleases the court, could I have you place Ms. Breen under oath and I could examine her on record?
Well, not yet, but I appreciate, we certainly would do that. I'm just trying to get to it. I wanted to understand procedurally what you were asking me to do, and I wanted you just to make sure that she understood what was before the court. And then when we have a hearing, I'll obviously swear parties in. Yep.
Understood. So, as for the discovery, if you could order the production of 2021, 2022, and 2023 tax returns.
Yeah.
Copies of titles to any vehicles owned in defendant's name,
Yeah.
Copy of any checks received, from her father's estate. And then copies of records of monies gifted in value in excess of $500.
I don't know why there's no sound. Unmute yourself. I don't know what's going on.
You there? I'm putting it up right now. Hold on.
All right.
Remove.
Did everybody get a nice little Justice Serve TV? Thank you for the $25, man.
And if you believe that the order's been violated, ma'am, you should call the police right away and let them know.
Então, essa medida, se ela tiver uma infração, esse processo se tornar um processo criminal. Senhora, se a senhora quiser acreditar que houve qualquer infração dessa medida protetiva, a senhora tem que contactar a polícia.
And Mr. Sesko, if you wish to be heard on whether the order is going to be extended, you have to come back to court on March 27 of 2026. If you don't, your position will not be made known.
Então, senhor Sesco, se o senhor quiser que a sua palavra conte na extensão dessa medida no dia 27 de março de 2026, o senhor precisa comparecer pessoalmente, senão o senhor não terá direito de palavra.
Thank you both.
Obrigada aos dois.
Thank you. And if the plaintiff can just go to the clerk's office to get a copy of the paperwork.
A requerente pode ir à secretaria para pegar uma cópia dos documentos.
And the defendant just have a seat and we'll serve you it in hand in the courtroom. Okay?
Just gotta go to the park.
El, por favor, se sente, nós vamos lhe dar uma cópia aqui na sala de frente.
What's the, yes, sir.
So, I won't be able to see my kids for 1 year?
Então, eu tenho uma pergunta. Eu não vou poder ver meus filhos por um ano?
Given what the court has ordered, that is the order of the court. I can inform you, sir, that if there's any actions taken in the probate court regarding children or situations surrounding that, that order would have full effect here, but the court's order is in effect, and it's in effect till that date in March that I identified. Thank you.
Então, senhor, como eu disse, essa ordem, ela continua, ela tem efeito até a data que eu informei, em março de 2026. Qualquer outro tipo de ordem pode ser requerida na vara de família, porém, essa ordem continua em efeito até esta data.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
And good morning, Middlesex. I know you have
Can you hear it, Mike?
I got nothing, Tom. Nothing, bro. I can't.
Probably. I can
I can't hear you.
We're doing it because it's coming. I get kicked out because it's coming up at the bottom here.
Samuel
Can you
Leverton
hear
on
now?
Zoom.
Yeah,
At South
can't see it.
Bay.
Yes, I'm here.
Lexi, just need Catherine to come in.
Can you guys
Okay.
hear it?
All right, just a brief second call. We're waiting on probation on that matter. It's a probation.
But all right.
Okay. And then, do we have John Polito on Zoom? John Polito on Zoom at Nashua Street. Nashua Street, are you here with John Polito, here to remove a warrant?
John Polito. Yeah, but my understanding it'll be dismissed on $25.
So we sent process to Nashua Street, there's a motion for a speedy trial. I just don't think they have them on.
Okay.
Manuel,
Yes.
all right, thank you. In the meantime, calling the Commonwealth versus Boldionis matter. So this is on for probable disposition today. There's a green sheet filed. My understanding there isn't council's asking for a new date.
Okay, Mr. Talty, what's going on with the matter?
I'm asking that we have this hearing on Monday, if possible, with the Tagria. I think he speaks both.
Oh, you mentioned there was an issue with the interpreter, yeah.
Yeah, he's been here before on this case.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
not here today.
All right,
I have to be in the Superior.
understood. So, Leanne, how bad is Monday to do a plea? Is it real bad?
No, it's fine.
All right.
You're on duty.
All right, well, so we'll put it on for Monday, and it's the Amharic interpreter.
What's Tagria?
All right. So,
That's all.
yeah, I'd say, Leanne, if we can get an interpreter in the building or even on Zoom, all right. Yeah, we'll do it for Monday. Thank you, Mr. Talty.
Matter will be continued to March 31st for compliance and election. We will make sure to order an Amharic interpreter for that next date.
Thank you.
Thank you. And recalling the Commonwealth for Samuel Leperton. Probation's now in the courtroom, Judge. He's on Zoom at Suffolk House Corrections.
Good morning, Judge Catherine Sioni for the Probation Department.
Good morning. I don't have this on my list, but we have it on today for a probation hearing.
I usually prevent yesterday, Judge, clarification to the one in their office.
And do we know who represents this gentleman?
I don't know if it's in the other time.
All right. Is there a Samuel Lebreton on the computer?
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
Okay, I see him there. Counsel, would you be available for an appointment?
Yes.
Is this gentleman eligible for counsel? All right, so I'll appoint counsel to represent you, sir. And obviously, counsel, you're getting this in real time. Do you need, what do you want to do?
Can't speak to the Commonwealth. I believe it's stay away, no contact.
Well, this gentleman's in custody on a probation matter.
Oh, I thought you had a new matter as well.
I believe he's being held possibly on the New York Country Federal District Court.
Sure.
At a Roxbury District Court on bail out of there, maybe on 58.
Can I see the record? I don't have anything in front of me. Is there a request for detention in this matter?
Yes, I have filed notice of violation.
So there's a detention request. You need some time to talk to him?
Yes, I do.
All right, so we'll put him in. Can we put Mr. Spurn into a breakout room? And then, Mr. Spurn, as soon as you're ready to be heard, I'll hear you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, the other way to do it, Mr. Linehan. I'm in Salem tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
We may not be able to keep Middlesex for all that long. And I know this was in front of me yesterday, and Ms. Kelly, good morning as well.
Good morning,
I'm told they have a ways to go next door in that motion. Are you available on Zoom tomorrow, Mr. Linehan, at 11?
Your Honor, I will actually be in the court in the morning, so I can hang around till 11.
All right, can we do that, Ms. Kelly, tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow. I just don't want to keep you, and I think we may lose Middlesex jail, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor. See you
Judge,
tomorrow.
so tomorrow at 11 for
Middlesex.
Mr. DeVarchi?
Yes, and we'll send process for video.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you, Attorney Linehan. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Good to see you.
Calling Commonwealth first, Anthony Thomas. Attorney McCorkle. Anthony Thomas. Thank you. I don't think MCI Shirley ever logged on. Okay, no problem.
All right, Attorney McCorkle, good morning.
Good morning.
Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is on for a motion hearing. It's your client in state prison?
He is in the
Has
state
a record?
prison, Your Honor, and I'm happy to waive his presence. I'm going to pass up that motion. I've given a copy to Commonwealth.
This defendant is serving a 9 to 11 years prison sentence that he began in 2011. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. And
Oh, I'm sorry, not in 2011, in 2021.
2021. I misread it. So, Commonwealth, I know we've had this discussion before. You assessed the case. It's still viable.
Your Honor, we do believe that this case is viable given the statements that we've received from the police officers. However, we would need the information contained in the Rule 17 for that viability.
All right. So this is a government motion for Rule 17 records with an opposition from the defendant.
Yes.
Sure. Commonwealth, you've served the record holder?
Yes, we have requested notification mailed to the record holder.
All right, I'll hear you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth is asking you to allow the Rule 17 motion for records from the Cambridge Health Alliance Hospital in the city of Cambridge for the incident that had occurred on September 5th of 2021. It was as a result of the incident that the individual who was wheelchair bound at the time was taken to the hospital based on injuries that were reported. The Commonwealth has not been able to procure victim contact since this case was arraigned, and do believe that given the reports in the police that there may be information further regarding the injuries that were sustained by the alleged victim, which would allow us to proceed with trial. In briefly reviewing the opposition filed by opposing counsel, the Commonwealth does believe that given the fact that we do not have victim contact, the only way that these records are actively procurable by the Commonwealth are through a Rule 17 motion. Further, Your Honor, even if we did have victim support and they were able to file the HIPAA release form that is referenced by opposing counsel's memo, these records would not be certified and would require the Commonwealth to go through additional steps to determine authenticity, and would require additional witnesses that would hamper judicial economy in this case. Given the notification that as a result of this incident, the alleged victim was taken to the hospital, the fact that we know where the hospital is and that the hospital will not provide those records without a court order, we're asking you to allow this motion under Rule 17.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the first thing I'd like to note is that it sounds like the subject of the records has not been served and notified that we're discussing the records here today. That doesn't comport with the procedure set out in Lampron and Dwyer. The procedure is pretty clear. It's summarized really well in the Massachusetts Guide to Evidence that the Commonwealth is responsible for notifying the person whose records they are, that they've got to have the opportunity to address the court. It's their privileged records. This person has made no indication for several years that they want to be involved in this case, and I think that that is an indication that they probably don't want their personal records involved in it either. And they should have the opportunity to consult with the prosecutor prior to this hearing, which I don't think they've had.
Can I just make sure I understand? I thought, Commonwealth, you said you, what was the note? How did you satisfy the notice provision?
We attempted to send mail to the record holder.
What do you say? What is that? You sent the mail?
Yes.
Okay. To what address? I mean, well, I don't need the actual address, but what was how did you identify an address?
And could I clarify, Your Honor?
Let me just. Well, you can clarify while they're consulting you.
Whether record holder just means Cambridge Hospital, the people with custody of your records, or the actual medical,
So it's a more precise question by counsel than the subject of the records, the individual whose records you're seeking, you attempted to provide notice to that individual?
Your Honor, I should clarify.
Yes or no on that one?
We've noticed no.
No.
We've notified the record holder by mail, and we've made phone call attempts to reach out to the subject of the records with no success.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, counsel.
So I think that ought to preclude the Commonwealth's motion as a threshold matter. If Your Honor is willing to entertain their motion despite the notice deficiencies, I'll just note that I think that without the subject of these records, the complainant present, there's no reason to think that they're going to be relevant. I mean, the context of the injury is dependent on the testimony from the complainant. There are no officers who observed the alleged altercation. Officers arrived on the scene afterwards. So unless the complainant is going to be in court at trial, I don't think these records are relevant. That's factor one. With respect to the ability to procure them, I just noted in my objection that if this were a person who's going to be a witness at a trial, then the Commonwealth could go through ordinary channels to procure the records, like a HIPAA release, introducing the records to that witness. But this witness is not going to be present. I don't think there's going to be unreasonable delay to trial if the court declines to grant this motion. I mean, for one thing, the motion was filed 2 weeks ago, and this case is 4 years old. The Commonwealth sat on their hands when this case was initiated and did not request the records then, when presumably they had contact with the complainant. So now they're asking the court to do that job for them. And lastly, as far as the good faith request, the Commonwealth notes in their motion that they have reason to believe that there are going to be injuries in these medical records. That is contradicted by the police report. The police officers did not observe any visible injuries on the complainant. The complainant was brought to the hospital because she requested an ambulance, but the police officers did not observe any injuries. So I don't think that there is a good faith basis to think that there are going to be injuries attributable to this alleged incident in those records. I think that the Commonwealth is engaged in what Lampron would describe as a fishing expedition, hoping to find excited utterances or statements made for purposes of medical advice in these records that they could use to circumvent the confrontation clause, circumvent our hearsay rules, and try to put on a case without their star witness.
All right, understood. So I'm mindful procedurally. Defendant was in warrant status, it looks like, until he filed a speedy trial request in December of 2024. You know, I'm also aware, because I think it's been in front of me a couple of times, he's doing a lengthy state prison sentence, but really what I'm addressing right now is whether the government has complied with the statute and met its obligations under Rule 17. I'm satisfied they have. I'll note the objection, and I'm going to order the records to be produced. But Commonwealth, I don't know if we discussed it on the last case. Is this a case where it would make sense to schedule for a viability date, given the circumstance?
There is one, Your Honor, April 22nd.
For a non-binding bench trial or a trial?
No, Your Honor.
I believe it was set for our file indicates that on the last date that we were given.
Sorry, go ahead. What does it say?
On our file, on the last date, on March 7th, this was set for Rule 17 today, and a bench trial on 4/22/25.
I see that, sure. So I'm just going to order the records to be produced to the court by April 8th. So, Commonwealth, obviously, you're the one seeking the records, so if they're not there, you're going to have to take affirmative steps to get them.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we'll otherwise see everybody on the trial date.
Thank you, Your
All right,
Honor.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Yes. Yeah.
And counsel, your client's at MCI Shirley, right? I just want to make sure I send across the correct facility. Okay. All right. So we'll make sure to send a MIT to MCI Shirley for transportation for that 4/22 date. And so the bench trial says 11 a.m.
So my understanding, just to clarify, is that this is a true bench trial. We're just not waiving a jury. He's not going to be caved in person. It's going to be on Zoom in the hopes that when the police officer witnesses arrive, we can resolve whether it's really viable with witnesses here, because the Commonwealth would not agree to a TRC.
Oh, well, all right, here's what I'm going to do, because let's keep the trial date. Why don't you give me a final status conference date sometime before, because we'll work it out. We only do non-binding bench trials by agreement, but I understand this is a unique circumstance. So let's see what the records show, and then at the final status conference, we can identify what the mechanics of the trial will look like.
Yes,
Work
Your Honor.
for you, Mr. Dubsky?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
Work for you, counsel?
That does. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. So Leanne, can we get a date? Sometime, why don't we do it after April 8th, or April 8th or some date thereafter? Thanks, Mary.
April 8th, I'm in a different courthouse. If we could do April 14th?
Can we make that work, Leanne?
You can make that work.
All right, April 14th. Thank you.
Very much. So 4/14 for a final status conference. We'll send process to MCI Shirley for video. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Madam.
Yes, thank you both. All right, so Leanne, Jones, 58A. You do, and then is the arraignment ready? Yeah, are the arraignments ready?
Yes, I just have to leave right now.
All right. So what do we have for arraignments? What cases?
We have,
I prefer to do the arraignments before the 58A, if that's possible. All right.
I can ask.
Are the attorneys, Commonwealth, on whatever cases are being arraigned today, we've identified whether there are questions of bail and notified whoever the attorneys are as to what requests you're making on?
Yes, Your Honor, I have confidence with Attorney Spore, and there is just only, I believe, one arrest left that needs a question.
Okay, and Leanne, how many? Okay, so why don't we get going on those?
Is there a Jatone White present? Is 163 of 25, Judge Commonwealth versus Jatone White.
Commonwealth.
It was a summons arraignment. He did not. Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. White, Judge, summons was not good. He does have another court date out of here.
All right, so we sent a summons to Mr. White, and he has a next court date of when?
I believe it's May 12th for motion to suppress.
Okay, and so why don't we get a further call? Let me look at I don't know where we sent the summons to see if it's consistent with that address, unless the government wants to schedule this for May 22. Up to you.
We would just double check with the address.
All right,
Sorry,
further call.
second call. Calling 2552 CR 494, Commonwealth versus Lauren Mullen. Commonwealth.
Your Honor, Daniel Solomon, I'm replacing Libby Fulgioni as counsel. I filed an appearance.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Solomon. Ms. Verney, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
And Ms. Mullins, my name is Judge David Frank. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So this matter is on today, advanced by the government.
That is correct, Your Honor. The Commonwealth is requesting that the court readjudge bail in this matter. The defendant, at the time of the arraignment, her bail was set at $15,000. Her bail was also revoked on her open BMC case. And since the arraignment, the Commonwealth has learned that the complaining witness on the OUI FBI charge has since passed away on Sunday. Given the fact that there's a material change in circumstances, the Commonwealth is now requesting that the bail be set at $100,000 with additional conditions, including GPS home confinement, that the defendant be fitted with a scram device and still be placed on the random screens for drug testing, that the defendant surrender her passport, and that would be the Commonwealth's request.
All right, so before we proceed, and Mr. Solomon, are you prepared to address those requests as well?
Yes.
All right, before we proceed, here's what I would like. Probation, can I have the Board of Probation record, both Massachusetts and if there's any out of state, please? Leanne, Madam Clerk, may I have the bail slip that was set previously? And if I heard that the defendant's bail was revoked, may I also have the judge's motion? Okay. So give me a moment, folks, to get myself up to speed here. So I do see that on March, I'm struggling to see the date, March 21st, Judge Keneally set a bail of $15,000 on the open matter. And folks, if you're on Zoom, I'm just going to ask that you keep the computer muted because it becomes really hard to conduct a hearing if folks are speaking. So please do your best to keep yourself on mute. Thank you. So $15,000 bail was set by Judge Keneally on March 21, and it appears on the same date, Judge Keneally allowed a motion to revoke the defendant's bail on a case out of the Boston Municipal Court Central Division. Ms. Verney, is that consistent with your understanding as to what happened on March 21?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Madam Clerk, as far as the end date of the bail revocation, was a 90th day set?
Yes, Judge Junie.
All right, understood. And counsel, I know you're new to the case. Is that your understanding as well as to what happened procedurally in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I have the Massachusetts record, and I also have a record, an out-of-state record. Have the parties had an opportunity to view the out-of-state record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right. So, Ms. Verney, you're asking me to reconsider the bail based on a change in circumstance, and you've identified what you're asking me to do upon reconsideration.
Yes, and what the Commonwealth would submit to the court is a material change in circumstances.
So here's what I will do. I will hear from the Commonwealth, I'll hear from counsel, and then I'll make a decision.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you. So essentially, Your Honor, as Your Honor just read into the record, Judge Keneally imposed a bail of $15,000 and the defendant be revoked on her bail out of Boston Municipal Court. That was on Friday, just hours after the motor vehicle crash happened. At that time, it was determined that Mr. O'Neill, who was the driver of the moped, he had sustained serious bodily injury, but he was expected to survive at the time of the arraignment. The Commonwealth has since learned at the beginning of this week that on Sunday, Mr. O'Neill succumbed to his injuries as a result of the crash at the hands of the defendant. At this point, the Commonwealth is investigating this case now no longer just as an operating under the influence with serious bodily injury, but also now that there's been a homicide, the defendant is facing much more serious charges out of the Superior Court with much more serious penalties. And given the material change in circumstances that there has been an innocent loss of life, the Commonwealth is requesting that the court increase the bail to $100,000 in cash bail with GPS home confinement, that the defendant be placed on a scram device and still submit to the random screens for drug testing, that the defendant surrender her passport as well. But I'd also like to point to the court's attention, as Your Honor made aware into the record, the defendant has a record out of the state as well as a record out of state with out-of-state convictions. Given the fact that there's now an increase in penalty, the defendant poses a higher risk of flight and evasion of prosecution. And so for all of those reasons, Your Honor, and the fact that the defendant has an open case out of the BMC with just off of its face, and I understand the defendant's bail has been already revoked, but I do think it should be given weight into the change in circumstances and the potential penalties. The defendant's behavior just on the board of probation record alone and the III seems to be consistent with what happened in this case, as well as some evidence that the Commonwealth has already begun to gather into its investigation into this homicide.
I wasn't the judge that heard the case a few days ago. Can you tell me what the government is alleging took place in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. It is alleged that on March 21st, at the early hours of the morning, the Cambridge Police Department responded to Mass Ave and Vassar Street for the report of a motor vehicle accident with personal injury. Upon their arrival, they observed Mr. O'Neill laying on the ground. And essentially what happened was the vehicle that the defendant was driving at a high rate of speed. There was a light in which an MIT police cruiser was slowing down to a stop. Mr. O'Neill was between the MIT police cruiser and the defendant's vehicle. The defendant and what was described as witnesses on scene was at a high rate of speed, crashed into Mr. O'Neill and then crashed into the MIT cruiser. And as a result of the injuries that Mr. O'Neill suffered, he has since passed away. It should also be noted that officers were unable to conduct a standardized field sobriety test due to the defendant's belligerent nature and behavior, but they did note that she had slurred speech and that she was extremely unsteady on her feet. And she was belligerent throughout the entire arrest process.
When you made reference to the increased penalty, has the government sought additional charges in this case?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth is still currently investigating this matter, but it is the Commonwealth's intention to bring charges out in the Superior Court.
Okay, anything else, Ms. Verney?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Attorney Solomon.
Your Honor, there's obviously no gainsaying the extent to which this is terrible and the extent to which it's a tragedy, but in consideration of bail, two things that I suggest the court looks at is whether there has been a material change in circumstances justifying a change in bail and Brangan. Obviously, there's been a material change in the extent to which this is a tragedy because the individual passed away. Obviously, there's been a material change in terms of the publicity that this will now garner. And both of those things are not fun, but neither one matters in terms of what the court has to do today. Fact of the matter is, and I've known Ms. Moans for years, Judge. She was very legal for an associate of mine. She's a graduate of law school, and actually she went to the bar a few months ago. The issue is that if you look at the statutes, you have motor vehicle, serious bodily injury, motor vehicle homicide, and manslaughter, all involving the use of alcohol. And there's no gainsaying the fact that she did have a bad year in the last year, and she's had some issues, and those issues will be addressed. But the SBLI, serious bodily injury, I think the max on that is 5. The motor vehicle homicide, reckless behavior and under the influence, the max there is 15, and she's already going to be charged with that. The manslaughter that the Commonwealth may pursue is the worst one, from my perspective. 20 years with a 5-year mandatory minimum. Fact is that the way cases like this are, and I hesitate to use this word, but I can't think of another one, typically resolved, is assuming a guilt either by a jury finding or by plea is some number of years in state prison, single digits, early lower digits. That's what happens. So in terms of this happening, the landscape has not changed to the extent, I contrast this with somebody who gets in a bar fight and beats the hell out of somebody who's very badly hurt and is charged with SBLI, and then the person dies and they're charged with first-degree homicide, which is a life sentence. This isn't as bad as that. So, in essence, not that much has changed in light of the fact that a $15,000 cash bail was posted, which she can't afford. I mean, I'm here appointed as indigent counsel. And that's what the court should be considering. $15,000 is a lot of money. What I'd like to see happen, possibly, and I don't think it will, I don't think she's ever going to make that bail, is that should she get out, she can't drink anymore, ever. She can't drive anymore for a very, very long time. But home confinement, this is not an 18-year-old gang kid. And I'd suggest that even given the record which you see before you, Your Honor, it is recent. It's not a lifetime of it. And it is curable, remediable, whether it takes years or even decades. So given that, Your Honor, I'd ask that the change has not been sufficient to justify a $100,000 cash bail. That's just the type of thing that people said. I think $15,000 is more than adequate. I know it's more than adequate. I'd ask the court to leave it there.
Your Honor, if I may briefly respond.
Just give me one moment. You certainly may. Just
Thank
give me a
you.
moment. Yes, Ms. Vernon.
Thank you. I think Attorney Solomon actually hit the nail on the head with why there is such a material change in circumstances here. This is an extremely serious matter where the potential penalty had a maximum of 5 years in state prison, which now, as admitted by counsel, it is a mandatory minimum of that time and up to 20 years in state prison. That is a significant change given the fact that there's been a loss of life. I also want to point out, while yes, this defendant may not be a young gang kid, this defendant, through making the choice to get behind the wheel at 1:30 in the morning on a public road and taking the life of a completely innocent person, she's showing that she is dangerous out in the community. Her behavior and continued behavior is reflected on her Board of Probation record and her III show the court that and illustrate that very clearly. So I just would like to make a record of that, that just because she doesn't have what the court may more frequently see as a basis for setting a GPS with home confinement does not make this an inappropriate request. If anything, it makes it extremely appropriate given her involvement and behavior within the community that has escalated over the last few months. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. I appreciate the arguments raised by the parties. I'm mindful that the government is before the court asking me to increase the bail based on a change in circumstance, and to the extent that, you know, other charges may be coming. Those charges aren't before me, but what is before me is an individual charged with a serious criminal offense who was before a judge last week, who made a bail determination based on the circumstances at that time. The first question I have to answer is whether there has been a material change in circumstance warranting or necessitating a review and an increase, in this case, of the bail conditions. And certainly there has been a significant and material change, namely the death of the individual that was the subject of the count one, the alleged victim on count one is now deceased. And that is a significant change in circumstance, certainly from the perspective of the charge before the court and the nature of what has now resulted. I am satisfied there's a material change in circumstance. Then the issue becomes, you know, what, if any, orders this court's going to enter. I'm aware that Ms. Mullins is now before the court with her bail revoked by Judge Keneally till June, till the date that Madam Clerk stated earlier. So that determination remains the case, regardless of what the court does today. But looking at all the circumstances, and I've considered all the relevant factors, including the factor identified by Attorney Solomon regarding the Commonwealth versus Brannigan, the SJC's decision that judges are, as a matter of law, required to take into account when determining what an appropriate bail is. So considering all of the relevant facts, and based upon what certainly and undeniably is a material change in circumstance, I am increasing the bail in this case, an additional $50,000 to $65,000 cash bail or $650,000 surety. If the defendant were to post the bail, the conditions, and I've considered the government's request for a GPS, and I'm aware of the Supreme Judicial Court's holding in the Commonwealth versus Norman decision. I am satisfied that there is a necessary and causal link between the request for the condition and the circumstances here as it relates to bail. And I am going to order that if the defendant were to post the bail and be released, that she be on a GPS with home confinement, a scram device, and that she surrender her passport. So that is the court's determination with respect to the bail. Mr. Solomon, I know you're new to the case. Madam Clerk, what was the date we had currently scheduled for this?
It looks as though April 16th was the pre-trial date.
Is that still a good date for you?
No, Your Honor. Two things. First, insofar as the home confinement, would the court leave open the possibility of windows for work, medical?
So the court's order is the order today. That would, by definition, include, medical, legal visits, and you can always entertain requests for windows to be opened and for modifications to be made, but that's the court's ruling today.
Fair enough, Your Honor. And insofar as a date, we talked about it and we settled on May 16th. I waived the 30 days because nothing's going to happen down here realistically.
Leanne, is May 16th a good date with our court?
That's fine.
All right, Madam, AJ Verney, is that a good date for you?
Yes, and just to clarify, Your Honor had imposed the scram device. The defendant previously had the condition of random screens. The Commonwealth did request that also remain. I just wanted clarification.
Well, if the condition was already in effect, the condition remains.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so Leanne, that date's a good date.
All right, so
Lock her
now
up.
being held $65,000 with the following conditions of GPS, home confinement, scram device, as well as surrender passport. The matter will be continued to May 16th for pre-trial. We will make sure to order a MIT MCI Framingham for video.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, counsel. Thank you.
Yes. You're on mute.
Boom. She got
Wow.
increase in the money, huh?
A little bit.
Hey,
Just a little bit.
judge
just a
was
little
fair.
bit. Well, I mean, she took a life though, man. And
Yeah,
I
she
just-
did. Now
know what I
listen
mean?
real
Like-
quick. Let me
Yeah.
throw this up there for people. This is a scram device, okay, people? It goes on your ankle and it says it takes a sampling every 30 minutes of your sweat and you wear it. Continuous alcohol monitoring.
Wow.
Yep.
No shit. Wow.
Every
Those should
30
be on
minutes.
those Kit and PD should be wearing those.
Look at that
Oh,
number.
I never knew
99%.
Wow, man. I never knew you could do something like that. That is technology, man.
Next time you take, except if you get, look at, if you,
Wow.
the next version coming out gonna shock you every time it takes a friggin' sample.
That's
But-
crazy, dude.
So that's a device that somebody would wear, and it just samples your sweat every 30 minutes.
So if she was to make bail at
Mm-hmm.
$65,000, she'd have to wear.
And she's got
She'd
to
have
pay
to
for it. RVA's right in the money with that. And she's going to pay for the bracelet and the monitoring.
$700 a month.
Yes,
Okay.
that's just the monitoring.
So
If
she
you have
were
a
to make
hit,
bail-
listen, if it goes off, I'm sure that's a whole nother charge to reset it.
right? But so she can go to the doctors, but she can't even get out of jail if she can't post the 65 Gs.
No, she's in there. She's if she can't post the other bail, she ain't posting this one.
Yeah, she's in there till at least June right now. And then if she can post bail, she can get out. But
And then
I'm
in
gonna head
June,
out. I just wanted to let you guys know. So
All right.
Kelly.
Thank you,
so
Kelly.
much.
You're welcome.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so
So-
that's actually not bad, right?
Well, that's even if she's going to pay 65,000 cash, right? Or equity of a house or whatever, like, you know,
Mhm.
$650,000, man. Holy shit.
She's only 32 and she's got this type of problems. That's bad.
Wow. Yeah. She needs to be off the road. So
Yeah.
she hit Mullen's car, and that car hit a police car. Is that what I heard?
No, Laura Mullins is the lady who was driving the vehicle.
Right.
She hit a guy on a moped and then careened and hit an MIT police cruiser that was, I think it was parked or it was there or wherever the accident happened. She
Right.
hit the moped first. That put her into the cruiser
And where was Meredith's uncle?
on the moped.
Oh shit.
She took him out and kept going and hit the cruiser.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So
Oh
and
wow.
the problem is that they had to go into the hospital and turn the machine off. And I've been in there before with my ex-girlfriend. She had to turn the machine off for her mother. So, and sometimes it takes a couple minutes. So you sit there and you wait and you say prayers and remember the good times, and we just stop breathing and that's it. They go see God and go to heaven. And then a baby's born and it starts all over again. A big circle. So she's getting some attention, right? This is good, right?
Yeah, we're gonna give it to her whatever we can.
Oh, who wants to be married?
Oh, some animal.
And there's my girl Mary. Yeah, so I think it's pretty good that they do that, the scram device. I mean, that Mike, 99% sober day. It's pretty good.
Wow. 1 million people monitored right now. That company's making money.
Oh, you know it, man. Oh my,
I wish I knew about that one. I wish I knew about that one.
Dude,
so does this overtake? Well, you don't have your license anymore either. So she doesn't have a license. She does not give up her passport, everything. If she even makes it out.
If she makes it out.
She's in jail going
Yes.
through DTs probably because of the alcohol, right?
Ooh, she's in medical because you can die. You can die if you just stop drinking, like straight stop drinking. That's the worst thing you could ever do. You never stop drinking. That's right. You wean them down. You have to. Otherwise, I mean, people die that way, Mike.
And they do domestic violence people too. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Am I happy with this hearing? No, I'm not happy with this hearing, Jessica. I'm not happy that we're even having this hearing. I'm not happy at all. Meredith shouldn't have to deal with this. Nobody should over someone that made a dumb, on purpose, a mistake. But it's not necessarily that because this seems like she, her decision making is impaired when you add alcohol.
She's in a jail cell till June
Yes.
anyways, and then she'll either plea out, do time, or whatever, right? But this is like her 4th OUI in a couple of different states. Is that what I'm understanding?
And that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to combine what they have in New Jersey together because it shows a pattern, and that's all.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And she needs help. That girl needs help. A lot of it.
Yeah.
But and that's about that. So
wow,
it's good for Meredith and good for the family that she's gonna face some type of repercussions. We'll say. I don't know what it will be. Obviously, you can't bring the gentleman back. So no matter what, you're always at a loss, right? You're always at a net. You can never fill that void, unfortunately, and that's a shame. So
Jesus Christ.
We can just say prayers for Meredith and see what we can do.
Alcohol is a fucking horrible thing, man.
Nothing good happens after what time?
Midnight.
There you go. Happened
My
at
mother
112, 121.
That's what I'm telling you. My mother told me that all this. She was,
Yeah.
what time did you get home last night? What 3, whatever. She was, I know, and nothing happens.
Nothing good.
After midnight. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
All right. So,
wow.
Can we bitch and moan about the selectmen in your town?
Tommy, you're in my wheelhouse. What are you talking about? Of course you can. Let's talk dirty.
This is if that this is porn if that's the case. So we're gonna listen to some community members who care about Canton. Okay. What they have to say is important, but then you have to think in the back of your head what they're saying is not only important, it's just completely irrelevant because the people that they're talking to, their ears are closed. They're not listening to a word, unfortunately. No. But the message is dynamite. So I think it's worth playing. You guys ready? Here we go.
Left.
Good evening, Susan Harrington, Canton citizen. Tonight's select board meeting is the last one before the election, as well as the release of the police audit report. I'm hopeful that the audit report will provide insights that will help our town heal. I am committed to being part of that process and finding ways to restore the public's trust, both in our town government and in our police department. I love this town, and I have deep roots in this community. I believe that in order to do better, we need to take a clear-eyed look at what we love, but also at what needs to be repaired. In the recent candidate forum, Mr. Connolly insinuated in his closing remarks that I was in favor of defunding the police when he said, "Now they want to defund the police, heaven help us." Let me be clear. At no time and in no setting have I ever said anything of the sort, and Mr. Connolly knows this. Further, I have never heard any Canton citizen express this opinion. The facts are that I support increasing the investment in our police department and ensuring that our officers have the leadership they deserve, as well as additional training and mental health resources. It's important for me to correct another statement. In last week's candidate forum at Orchard Cove, Mr. Connolly stated that in-person select board meetings were shut down last July because, quote, 8 out of 10 people who came to the meetings don't live in town, and a lot of them have been drinking. I, along with many other Canton residents, have attended select board meetings consistently for several years and know these statements to be false. Mr. Connolly, do the right thing and retract these false, incendiary, and divisive statements. We are all Canton residents who love our town. As a community, it's time to turn the page. It's time for new voices and new ideas to help get our town and government thinking proactively and back to focusing on what matters to Canton voters and families. Our schools, our seniors, quality of life, and healing the division within our community. Together, we can build Canton's best future. Thank you.
Mike, do you hear that?
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Conley's out there lying.
Oh, my goodness. This is the first time he's really had to debate somebody because he's run unopposed.
He's out there lying, dude.
I know, straight up. I got a mailer last night in the mail, like a vote for me, John Connolly. I posted it. It was such like they had the Top Golf on the top of it. So Top Golf paid for it.
Right.
And he's like, what I've accomplished in 30, 20, whatever. It wasn't a lot. He accomplished,
So I wonder if they donated to his re-election campaign.
Oh, sure, because he got them. I'll never forget this. When he was in a meeting, he rolled over to somebody and says, make sure you tell so-and-so at Top Golf they still owe me lunch.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Ugliness.
I mean, I know the whole, I posted the pictures last night. It was a joke, dude. And like the Real Deal O'Neill came on and it was like, she started posting about his I mean, his trailer in the backyard full of food. You know,
Yep.
that whole big,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a trailer,
box.
a
It's
shipping,
the box. Yeah.
a shipping trailer in his
It's
backyard.
He's got a shipping container in a big one, like
Back-
legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Meredith gets a ticket every day for having one in her business.
She needs one
just-
for her business. That's what she stores her stuff and her equipment and stuff.
Right,
It's all boxed
right.
up. And
Right.
it
John, what does John have in his, dude?
he's got
What
the
is
same
that?
thing, the exact same container.
Yeah.
And he's a residential
area. That's how John Connolly lives.
Oh, John Connolly, what a guy. Hey, I got more John Connolly for you. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, please.
The next, this is I don't know who's next, but you ready? But you know what? I'm pissed. Here they go again. They're drinking, right? You know what?
Yeah.
Selectmen, they can't, they all go to the VFW before the meeting and drink, right? Is that the lie we're gonna put out there? Because they're obviously lying about everybody else.
Let's
except
get
them.
Let's get those ankle bracelets on him. Let's
Yeah.
take those.
Scram. Let's get the scram device on them. Unbelievable guy.
These guys are horrible.
Mess.
Jen's great. Watch this.
Yeah.
I would like to know how much money did the Canton 9 investigation cost the town of Canton?
Ooh.
How much money did the Duckgate investigation and the prosecution cost the town of Canton?
Ouch.
How much will it still cost Canton? Lanker, you were overheard during that investigation in Honeydew saying it was a huge waste of resources and time. I have to say I couldn't agree more.
Ooh.
Whatever came of the code of conduct policy that you are updating, what ramifications are there for breaking the code of conduct and repeatedly breaking it? The chief of police's contract is about to end. I've heard that you are in negotiations to renew it. If this is true, have you posted the position externally to interview other potential candidates? Is the position open to other candidates other than the chief currently? Why didn't the board or the chief of police make a public statement to address the FBI arrest of a 23-year-old man for trafficking a 15-year-old girl out of the town of Canton? Why was no public comment to address the Canton man arrested by the FBI for international ties of money laundering and distributing of drugs of over $24 million? And isn't it embarrassing that today, a pedestrian accident reported by the Canton Police Department had to turn off comments because they knew the embarrassment that would have followed if they left it on? That's all. I'll email these and give you your 10 days to reply.
Is she not great? I mean, is she, Mike? Bing, 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 right down the list.
Look at them all. They're all like, who wants to be one of these guys right now? What is John Connolly gonna do?
So,
Nothing.
Mike, you know what the question is how much money has been allocated to the city's DVR system, to the cameras and the DVR, to the recording devices? How much money? Because I guarantee last year they probably put in for $200,000. In the DVR is 20 years old. The cameras are 20 years old, but they get money every year for it. Where's that money go, Mike?
It gets allocated to someplace else.
To somebody's freaking pocket. And I'm going to come out and say it. They're fleecing and stealing the money from the town of Canton. Right in front of you. Here's another one.
Jesus Christ, Tom. Ugh. Well, it's good to see Jen's back up.
Rocco
I mean, good to see
Camerata.
Jen back up there. Yeah.
This guy.
I'm not sticking up for John or anyone on the board.
Yeah, you are.
But for him to have to retract something.
This guy here, is he married? There's a reason he's not this guy. He's freaky.
Before the meeting, there was a group of people that were in the meeting drinking shots of vodka.
You sure right.
So
effing loser.
I don't know what he said, but I'm just letting you guys know.
Yeah. Just to letting you know they're drinking outside, you know? They're drinking, Mike. Mike.
What
did you outside drinking shots outside before the selectmen's meeting?
What was his last name again? Camerata?
Camerata. He lives in a little, listen, he lives in a fucking circle. A little big circle. It's like all in the family down there.
Hey, is that Mike Camerata's brother?
Yes, sir.
So the witness for the case is brother?
Believe it is.
Holy shit.
Ain't that messed up? 6
That's
degrees of
fucked up.
separation because they're all freaking 3 degrees pumping each other.
Tom, what the fuck?
Gets better.
I know. Oh my god.
Hold on. Drinking in the parking lot, Mike. In public at town hall. Go do shots.
Yeah, it was a tree service. Yeah.
Bring the fireball.
Rita Lombardi. Look, there's an election April 8th. We have appeared before the select board, myself for over 18 months looking for change. And every single week, we don't get that change. We're not even listened to. We just came out of 10 months from the Zoom closet. You know, John, we heard you at the forum. I believe it was the forum when, or the select board meeting, whatever, you said that police oversight wasn't the responsibility of the select board. Then you said it was Charlie's responsibility. Poor Charlie, I don't know how it felt to be under that bus. But then it was Charlie's responsibility after, you know, the board had told us 18 months ago that you had allowed this responsibility to be the chief's and she could self-manage. And then afterwards, you said, you kind of alluded that it was your responsibility. The oversight of the police is the select board's responsibility. And we have not seen that done well at all. As a matter of fact, it's been poorly done. And we have evidence tape, surveillance from the Canton Police Department that is edited, inverted, and turned over in a murder trial as if it is exemplary kind of evidence. It's time for change. It's time for Canton to get out of where we are stuck and move forward by electing Susan Harrington as the next select board member. We need someone who can get us out of this. And John, for 2 years, you haven't done it. So I don't know what's going to change because it hasn't happened yet. I know that people in the town love you, John. You've been here for a long time and you've helped a lot of people and people appreciate that. And I appreciate that too. It's just time for a change and time to bring us forward. And the first time I came to a select board meeting, I came because I was concerned about what was going on in the town and I had heard things. The first time I came to the mic and I spoke. I was the last person to speak. And when I walked away, you were caught on a hot mic referring to me as an effing random citizen. And now I hope that this is the last select board meeting, that we see you and that you have that opportunity to do that. I wish you well. I thank you for everything that you've done for this town. And now I think it's time for the town of Canton to turn the page, come together, move forward, and let's make this town what it can be.
Yes. Yes.
Mike. What you got? What you got? What you guys got in Canton is an end result of what the majority of the people want.
Right.
You're looking at it. And you know what? I hope Susan Harrington wins. I really, I pray that she wins, Mike. You know why? Because if she doesn't win, that means you could have won. I know you can beat John Connolly. I know you can beat John Connolly. I know the fact you can, Mike. You can do it blindfolded. That's not the problem. We talked about this. That ain't the problem. Beating him ain't the problem.
Right.
It's getting help.
Right.
If she doesn't win, it's a double loss.
Yeah.
Because I had you pegged from the start. You can fix that stuff.
You did.
So
you know,
I pray she wins. You guys better vote for her.
Yeah, we're all in. I'm going to vote for her. My whole family is going to vote for her. Right, Melina? I know you're listening. So Matthew as well. Let's go. We're going to get this done.
So
John Connolly he's done nothing. He's done nothing. All he's been doing is going, what can the town do for me?
Ribbons. Yeah.
Drinking a beer with so-and-so, getting companies permits, letting town build whatever they want. He doesn't care. What does he actually do for money? If you don't make any money being a selectman, what was his day-to-day job 20 years ago? What did he do for work?
I don't think politics. It's just doesn't do nothing.
Right?
Canton. It's Canton.
So how does he actually make a living being a selectman?
How does he pay his taxes?
Right. Right. So that's where I'm confused. If you're
I'm sure there are people in town, Mike, that they're exempt from paying taxes because the town takes them off the books for whatever reason. Someone owed someone a favor. Someone's father owed someone's grandfather a favor, and they worked in the town, and they went in and they hit a button, and now this is exempt from the land tax stuff. just like that.
Someone in the chat. I know the real deal. O'Neill probably knows what he did for work, but or John maybe, I don't know. But what was his day-to-day job before he retired? How does Chris Allen feel? I have no idea how.
It's a lot of salad, my friend. That's moving a lot of lettuce. That's all I gotta say.
I don't see anybody ever in that store anyway. Anyways, I don't know how. I don't even know why he wasn't there that night. Why he wasn't there. So
we got a little more. You want to do a little more?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Mr. Theodore has to say.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh,
Theodore's not there anymore.
Oh, this guy here. What's his
Laughlin.
Laughlin, yeah. I got a package just got delivered. Hold on.
Yeah, go, buddy. Oh, so he's not putting it on. So okay, yeah. So what does he do for work? Like, what did he do 20 years ago? Before did he retire? What's going on? Like, this is crazy. Like, because do you make any money as a selectman? He has young adult kids. How's he pays? Yeah, I don't know how he does.
Sorry about that.
It's a problem.
Yeah, ginger shots.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah.
Whatever. I think I have some in my car right now if you really want me to go and get them and share them with you guys, but they really are ginger shots and they're for health. Sorry, Rocco, but you were.
Yeah.
I can go get one literally right now.
That lady who spoke right there is the sweetest lady you're gonna ever meet, right? And she's when she says something about it, she's very health conscious. She's very smart that way. And for this guy to even say anything to her, he doesn't deserve the right to say anything to such a nice lady. Do you know what I mean? Like, who is he to talk to her this way? Right. Listen to what he says to her when she's walking away. It's repulsive. It's actually it's being a womanizer, like they call that, and degrading woman. It's what this is.
John Conley, when he appointed, she's the queen, talking about Raffy, I almost fell out of my chair. Like, what are you doing, dude? Anyway,
listen to what this guy says to her, telling the truth.
Whatever. I think I have some in my car right now if you really want me to go and get them and share them with you guys, but they really are ginger shots and they're for health.
That's
sorry,
the word.
Rocco.
Listen.
Misogynist. Yeah,
listen.
misogynist.
I can go get one literally right now.
All right, folks.
What a jerk.
All right. So I want to take just a few minutes to start out by clarifying some of the statements that were made at the last meeting, as folks, as well as statements that have been said over these last few years. So last week, folks, please. Last week, statements were made regarding Lieutenant Lank in an incident that occurred 20 years ago. The statement that there was an agreement that stated Lieutenant Lank will not be promoted is simply not true. Lieutenant Lank, as are all Canton police members, are part of civil service and therefore are eligible for promotions throughout the course of their careers, provided that their test scores place them at the top of the promotion list. The incident involving Lieutenant Lank was part of the scope of the police audit, and I ask the public to reserve judgment until the results have been made public. There has also been much discussion in the past about how the select board does not tell the police chief what to do, and as police commissioners, we are not doing our job. Since I was the one that said this statement twice, once during select board open office hours and once in a public meeting, I wanted to clarify these statements for the public. During the select board open office hours, I was asked where Canton Police was installing the flock cameras. When I said that I didn't know, I was asked, shouldn't I know where they were going? My response was, I don't tell the police how to do their job. Then a few weeks later, during an open meeting, it was raised that letters were mailed to certain residents in town, and the select board was again asked if we had CPD looking into this. And again, I stated that we don't tell the CPD what crimes to investigate. Yes, the select board are the police commissioners by town bylaw, but we do not have oversight into police operations. Our job is to hire a police chief and provide the necessary resources and staffing to do their job effectively. None of the members of this board have any training or background to direct the operations of a law enforcement agency. Similarly, we are also the road commissioners, the cemetery commissioners, and the water and sewer commissioners. We would not presume to tell DPW how to engineer, construct, or pave roadways. Over the last few years, we have heard the terms moving Canton forward and how does Canton heal? In my opinion, one member, the way that we do this is we stop saying inflammatory statements and stop spreading misinformation. Simply because you read it online does not make it true, and because you say something does not make it true. We need to be respectful of each other, regardless of what you believe or think. I truly hope that regardless of what side of an issue you are on, you can respect those that do not share your opinions. And that is how we will move forward. All
So
right.
basically,
Thank
just
you.
shut up.
Thank you.
Remember when Helena come up and said, y'all need to stop getting involved with the online stuff and wait for the trial?
Yeah.
Wait for the trial. The trial's all going to come out in the trial. Save you. Yeah. Yeah. It's all going to come out in the trial. It's all going to come out. I hope. Sure freaking hope so.
Like the video's going to come out on the trial.
The inverted video? Sure, we're going to come out during the trial. Yeah.
So it's our police department that's spreading the disinformation, fucking bozo. Jesus Christ, man. These guys are idiots. And he's basically telling us to shut up. Don't believe anything you read.
Mike, it's your town. It's not theirs. They just manage it, for Christ's sakes. Jesus.
I'm trying to think, why would we give a bunch of idiots the power to rule like that? It's
Again, you get what you get. That's what that's the sum end of the total sum is what you're looking at.
Like the guy Rocco. I just want to tell you guys, this is how, they were drinking out the fire. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking bozo.
Unreal.
Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
Mike, who the hell drinks before a selectmen's meeting?
John Conley.
True. You got a point there.
I don't know. They said they
the
go and have a beer.
The most boring thing in the world is freaking town politics, right? Who's gonna drink before they
This is crazy.
I don't understand it. Crazy town, buddy.
Well, listen. So all the people that are from Canton right now, if you're listening or watching, we got to get out the vote on April 8th, and Sue Harrington is a must. Please.
Yep. You have to. That's the only choice, man. Really.
I mean, if I see that guy in there with his short sleeve shirt and his vest on again, and that's just what they do on perfect. They do it on purpose. They move him off as the chairman, so he just sits there in silence for a year and slides under the radar.
Next person, and then the next person.
Now,
take a turn, man.
So Mike will be over to the right, and then someone else is going to move up to the probably McCourt will move up to that chick because he's up next. And then Chris out, and it's just going to rotate through.
Mike,
bunch of bull. Yeah.
Listen, if Sue wins, you got to run next. Listen, we're going to get you up there next.
Okay.
Right, and then I'm going to move into your house, so I'll have a mailing address in Canton, and then it'll be me, you, and Sue. We're going to be doing that 3-2 shit. Watch, I can't wait. 3-2. Get out of here. Don't even vote. 3-2 voted.
This is how bad it is. I forget the ladies from last year that we got in. Sue, not Sue.
No, Sue Harrington. Sue Harrington's running. That's,
I know. That's I forget who it is now. Right?
Kathy McCormick.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No. Right? No. Who is it, guys?
Who's the lady on the board, guys? Who's the lady on the board?
We got her in last year's. Yeah.
Who's the lady? Sue Harrington.
That's who should go. Boyden.
Boyden. Trish Boyden. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, chat great. Isn't chat friggin' the bomb? Boom. Instant. Here's the answer.
Yeah. Yep. Trish Boyden. We went out of our way. We got out the vote, right? We all open shell companies. Oh my
Someone's a little smart with that one. She knows what's going on.
Right.
She knows. Right. She gets it.
Kids for Cancer. Cops with Cancer. Whatever that is.
Nonprofit 5013C, baby. And then I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to move the money to somewhere else.
1.3 million last year.
Well, what's a house worth?
No, that's what they brought in, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her house is 1.8. Oh, my mistake. Dumb me.
Yeah. I'm trying to lowball her, man. She's,
I know, huh?
Three kitchen, She's got 3 kitchen tables, like those
kitchens.
big counters, like in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah. The
island.
islands. 3 islands.
That's how big her kitchen is. She got 3 kitchen islands.
Hold on. Let's look.
The average house in Canton, yeah, it's up there. And I'll tell you, they're not really nice houses for 500K. I mean, it's kind of a joke. This town is so backwards. I live in an upside down town, man. I'm telling you.
All right, so let me pull this page up so you guys can kind of. You guys ready for a chuckle? Okay, this is what I did. Look for her kitchen. Which one is it, Mike? Do you know?
It was.
This is her house.
So, top. This is the top one, right? Okay.
That one.
Let's scroll down. Can you scroll down?
That's her house.
All right, I back up a little bit.
Right, there's a car. Who's Jeep?
I don't know.
Higgins.
Who?
Higgins. But listen, who's paying the insurance? What's the insurance on that Jeep? What's the insurance? What's that? A Kia? And there's a truck over here, like an F-250.
Didn't she switch sides one time when she got in an accident when she was younger? She got in the passenger seat when she was driving.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Oh yeah. I speed up. So yeah, I'm told she has 3 kitchen. Settings.
three islands in her house.
Yeah,
I'm looking for
yeah.
it. And this is Helena and her friend. She's very friendly with this guy.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah, he left.
Allegedly.
Peace out. 8 down.
Allegedly. I don't know if there's a picture of it. Yeah. That's how big her kitchen is, though. She had 3 different
three islands.
Yeah.
Anyone have a link to that? Anyone have the address? I can do the Zillow on it. Anybody?
That's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. She doesn't deserve our time. We got to get out the vote. Hey, I got a new sign for my yard.
Did you?
Yeah. Guess what? I found the old Sue Harrington one.
Where was it?
In the woods down the street from me. I was pissed. I found it yesterday.
Listen, I got some fire line. I'm gonna tie fire line to it and then put a couple of razor blades on the top of the edge. So when they take it and they run away, they'll never feel it. It'll cut so fast and so quick, Mike. They'll never take a sign again. They'll be like just trying to steal signs.
There was a bomb threat at Shaw's in Cobb's Corner yesterday. They evacuated Shaw's. The whole.
Well, they're gonna blow up the lettuce aisle. What? There's a bomb in the dog food aisle.
I don't know. All of a sudden, no, like all of a sudden it's on Channel 5 News or Channel 8 News. I'm like, it wasn't on Twitter. It wasn't, and nothing about the police department being involved with a bomb call.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. What you talking about? You talking about her charity? You should see all the people involved with the charity. The Cape Club from Canton, all the golf courses.
It's just way.
Oh yeah. You know what we haven't talked about too is the Pappas Hospital. What's going on with the Pappas Hospital? I know Maura Healy was going to make a decision. That's been awful quiet. I don't
Did that
like
get
when it's
closed
quiet.
down by accident?
Not that I heard, but I don't like quiet. Quiet means they're trying to slip it under the radar.
Yep, absolutely true. Wow.
I got my dog. All right, I got dogs. I got dogs yipping in the app, but it's been 2 hours. Wow, it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness! Wow. All right.
So we're on
tomorrow. I guess
tomorrow?
tomorrow court. We're gonna go to court tomorrow, and we'll see Aiden and Karen in court. I guess. Just like that, Mike. Right now, what can that be now? What do you think that could be? Don't forget, Aiden's got evidence that the court doesn't want out there. He's got evidence of a burner account of the district attorney. He's also got the printouts that what's his name gave him by accident. That was the entire printout. Tully gave him the entire printout.
Right.
And then he submitted another one that was edited.
That's right.
So I'm not sure they want that evidence coming out. So maybe they're gonna come in and say, listen, we're dropping the case, get out.
So before you came on, we had the Justice channel up, and they only had Aiden on, and they let us play it. By the way, they gave us a dono.
Okay,
up there. And,
they're great, by the way.
They said they grab our stream every now and then too.
Yep,
I said,
good.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
okay. Yep.
Yeah, and he was on saying he's not really sure what they want, and if who's going to be the taint team and who's going to make sure that,
Why
you know,
call him real quick, Mike? Like that's what's.
they've had his phone forever. They've had her phone for what the fuck is going on? Like who cares?
This judge saying, "Come here now."
Because of the court dates, the court date is the original date starting on the 1st, unless they found, I don't know. This will be interesting.
You know, like you don't. Did they find something in their phones?
Right.
You're
I
both
don't
going
know.
away. Like what? I'm confused myself. I don't get it.
How's the chat thing? What's going on in the chat?
Chat
187
dynamite.
Beale Street, Chief Rappy's. Yeah, that's my address.
Justice Serve TV are great people. They really are. Yep. We like them. We like them a
Yes.
lot. So if you guys are around, give them a sub over there. They need some subs there. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be so interesting. I mean, Mike, who's got this on their bingo card? What's it gonna be? They both get hauled out in chains?
The weird thing is, like, Bradle doesn't know, Betterow doesn't know, Aiden doesn't know. Like, what did you like? And Aiden's saying there's nothing on there.
Right, exactly.
So why am I being called in a court?
The only thing, I don't think they did anything wrong. So don't think they can gig them on that. They can't hit them on that. But I do believe that they know what Aiden actually has for evidence. And I believe they don't want that out. And if that's the case, they're going to bring him in, tell them that the case is dismissed, and gag them. Can't talk about it.
All right, so there is no buffer zone tomorrow either.
No, that court's not in session.
Right. Okay.
So,
right with my camera. All right.
I got to reboot. You give him reboot.
Yeah, it lost. Okay, yeah.
There you go. You're back.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be there.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll be here. We're gonna go at 9. I think it's up to 10.
What time's this? We'll be live an hour before. How's that?
There you go. Kelly's right. So Brado filed a protective order due to like getting leaks out. Let's say they have something, a source within inside the state police that is feeding Aiden. They don't want that out there on a third party like KP or anything like that. Okay, that's what. So that's going to be too. Okay.
So,
all right, man.
All right, guy. Till tomorrow.
Yeah, don't forget you get contributions up there to go through.
Gotcha, bud. I'm looking at him right now. All right. Roseanne McDonald, thank you very much. I turned over a lot less. We were duped for $9.99. I'm in Washington. Me and my daughter were in a 5-car pileup. We were number 1 car, and the 5th car was at fault. This was his 10th DUI and 6th accident. He paid $5,000 to each person in 180 days. Wow. Well, I hope you guys are all right. That's a horrible thing to go through. Muted. And this one. Thank you for letting Justice Juice. Of course, I first put in this one. Listen, you guys, I'm more than happy to work with you guys. We, at this channel, let's talk about this channel for a second. How do I put this? We've helped people who have YouTube channels that we try and help. We got one channel over 1,000 subscribers in like a little over an hour. So we're supportive of everybody because we're all here, right? We're all at the same place, same time. Our paths have crossed. You can't say it didn't because it did. Here we are, right? So, however and whatever, our paths are this way, and let's just make the most of it, right? I mean, I'm glad I woke up today. I don't know about tomorrow, but today, yeah. It costs $700 a month for that monitoring system. You guys think Susan will be elected? I do think she'll be elected. I pray that she's elected. But she's gonna need help. I don't think she can do it herself. I think she's gonna need help from somebody like Mike. Chris Albert probably laundered Matt business. Yeah. Clean stuff. He's a cleaner. Happens. All right. Let's see what we got here. Dave, good talking to you, my friend. I love you. You know. Kelly. Yeah, that's not good. Working and listening. Hey, Cherry. Thank you, Cherry, for being here. You guys are the best. Yeah, I saw that, dude. I've been, yes, on it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, by the way. I asked him to find me a producer for my footage, because if ID Discovery can make something like that out of what I have, we can make one that's better, that highlights Karen in a better way. Not one that's kind of, no, I don't want that. I want something that's better. I want it my way. Oh, Mary, hi. And there's Jess. Hi, Jess. Good to hear you. Good to see you. I love you when you guys chat. There's Gail. Hi, Gail. True. And the blue eyes. And it's Jess. All right, guys. We're gonna tap out for today. It's been a pleasure. I love you guys. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, cputom@gmail.com, cputom. I get some great emails from you guys. Yeah. Blue eyes. We could do a lot. Yeah. I agree with, yep. On your way out, just can you hit the like button for me? I'd appreciate that. That helps push my YouTube video up in the standings. The chat, you guys are chatting, so that's it. That's good. Yeah, so if you can just hit the like button, that'd be great. Also, please take a piece of pink ribbon and tie it around a tree. Take a picture and send it to me. Pink ribbons for Karen. We have some major standouts happening. Let me pull that up. National standout. Here we go. Gonna run down this list real quick, okay, guys? For you guys. Alex, thank you for the super sticker. All right, guys, here we go, right? Come on, where did you go? There we go. All right. This is it. Auburn, right? Here we go. Auburn, Belchertown, Bourne, Canton, Danvers, Dedham, Franklin, Leominster, Middleborough, New Bedford, Attleboro, Plymouth, Randolph, Stoneham, Swansea, Taunton, Tewksbury, Walpole, Wayland, West Bridgewater, Weymouth, Woburn, Worcester. Now in Connecticut, we have a couple going on. One in Bristol, one in Griswold. We have Rhode Island, Cumberland, Rhode Island, Warwick, Rhode Island, Rhode Island. There's two. In New Hampshire, we have Manchester, we have Nashua, we have Salem. In Maine, we have Portland. Other states out of New England, Fort Walton Beach in Florida, Orlando, Florida, San Diego, California. And there'll be more added to this. So this is KarenReedStandouts.com. There's been a lot of work put into this site by Deanna and Bobby. If you want to add yourself to a standout and you're in another state, not a problem. Send me an email, CPUTOM, and we'll get that to where it's got to go. So yeah, please, guys, this is it. Am I going to the standout? Am I going to yes, I am going to the courthouse tomorrow. Absolutely will be there for you guys. Absolutely will be there. Yeah, Dollar Tree's got ribbon cheap. So just the pink ribbon around a tree, send it to CPU Tom. I'm gonna have a map behind us, like try and get it interactive, and we're gonna put dots where all the ribbons are. We try and go around the world with this thing. Ribbons, pink ribbons. So, all right, guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in there, everyone that's here. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Like button on your way out, up over in that corner. And we'll see you tomorrow. Love you all. Have a great day.